My name is Eva, and I'm a 35-year-old office worker. My boyfriend Noah, who had been working in London, just moved back. Although our 10-year relationship had some rocky patches, we always managed to overcome our problems. My dream of getting married in my 20s didn't come true, but it didn't matter as long as he was with me. After all, I was content. We should tell our parents about our engagement sooner rather than later. Who should we go and see first? He asked while we were hanging out, and I paused for a bit. Well, he looked at me suspiciously when I trailed off. Oh no, you're changing your mind? I finally came back for good. Oh no, that's not it. I'm really happy that you're back, but the reason I hesitated at the end of my sentences was that his mom popped into my mind. If I married Noah, that woman would also be a part of our life, casting a shadow over our married life. I met her about 10 years ago when I was still 25 years old. Noah and I were already together and bumped into her on the street after work. Noah, what are you up to? Oh, are you on a date? I'm his mother, Grace. Nice to meet you. She was 47 at that time. I was astonished by her appearance. She looked much younger and was beautiful. Nice to meet you too. I'm Eva. I scurried to give her a kiss on the cheek. She looked me up and down as she was assessing my appearance. I was not wrong to be paranoid. We decided to grab a drink, and as soon as Noah went to the bathroom, Grace started saying I could sense Noah was seeing someone and was hoping you would be prettier. I had no idea he was into an ordinary girl, she said with a spiteful smirk. Not only the face, but the body too. Plump, if I say nicely. What am I saying? Sorry. She didn't look sorry. I was indeed chubby, but how rude was she to remark on my body? I was about to retort when Noah came back. Oh, you're back. I was having a nice chat with Eva. We hit it off, right? As soon as she came back, Grace smiled and pretended to be a good mom. Whoa, what a change. I was amazed. After we separated, I asked Noah, hey, what's your mother like? She's so beautiful. She used to have a reputation for it in her town and won a local beauty pageant, so it seems she's still into taking good care of herself. She isn't so bad for her age, is she? Indeed, she did not look bad. She looked at least 15 years younger than her age, but her personality was a disaster. I couldn't say that to Noah, who seemed to be proud of her. If I marry him, she would be my mother-in-law. I already felt uneasy back then. 10 years passed. Noah was sent to work abroad soon after the incident. He left for London, and our engagement plan was put on hold. I didn't see Grace for a long time, and now, hey, are you feeling uneasy about our marriage? Noah asked me as I was lost in my thoughts. I get it. Your dad must be concerned about you getting married to me. My bad. I'm not caught up in the bad memories of the past. I had given him the wrong idea. It's nothing. I'm just feeling pre-marriage blues. I'm determined to marry you, don't worry. I tried to be cheerful for him. Whoever was to be my mother-in-law, it wasn't like I was marrying her. Besides, it had been 10 years. She must have changed, I tried to tell myself. However, it was just my wishful thinking. I was on the way to Noah's house with him the following weekend. It wasn't for the engagement announcement, but we were just retrieving something he forgot. He left tickets for the movie we were going to watch. Thanks to him, we didn't have enough time to grab lunch beforehand, but we could have hot dogs and popcorn. I was thinking, oh, we'll probably make it on time. Wait here, I'll be right back. He slammed the front door and rushed inside as soon as we got into his house. Why such a noise, Noah? You're back already? Oh, when Grace heard the commotion, she popped her face out of the porch. Good afternoon. I tried to smile. She then burst out laughing. Oh my God, it's you from 10 years ago. That plump pigette. Was she talking about me? You guys haven't broken up. Noah's got weird taste. I never imagined that he was still dating the same girl. Why doesn't he find a younger one? I was stunned when she commented with a sly smile. Excuse me? Don't you agree? He's an elite back from London. I'm sure there are a lot of girls eyeing him. You seem to have lost a little weight, but you've aged. You were in your 20s 10 years ago. So you're in your 30s now? Oh no, you're almost a grandma. If I aged 10 years, she'd date too. However, she'd look the same as 10 years ago. I thought she must have been a witch. It's Eva, right? If you have common sense, you should back off. You need to really assess if you're up to his standard. Get it? At that point, Noah ran out to the porch. Sorry for the wait. I couldn't find the tickets. Let's go. What are you doing, Mom? Grace replied nonchalantly. Nothing. You better hurry. The movie is starting soon, right? Come on, Eva. Let's go. He grabbed my arm and put me out of the porch. I couldn't retort to Grace and couldn't tell Noah. If he found out what she had just said to me, how was he going to react? I didn't want to accept him, but I knew I couldn't go on like this. If she was around, I wouldn't have been happy in my marriage. I had no idea what to do. After a while, Noah and I announced our engagement to my parents. They were totally happy for us. My dad had an idea to have me married off to a man of his choice, but he respected my decision and asked us for a favor. He said it was up to us to decide. Good. We're done with your parents. It's my parents next weekend. Noah stretched out his arm as his tension eased immediately after we were out of the house. Grace was going to be there. She was finally going to find out about our status. I worried. Noah noticed my demeanor and said, "Don't worry, I'll be with you." His words gave me a bit of peace of mind. The day finally came. I was nervous. "What's wrong, Eva? Are you nervous?" Noah laughed at me as I kept taking big breaths. I get it. I was so tense when I went to yours and to tell the sis, your father. Don't worry about my parents. They are both laid back. You've already met my mom anyway. That was why I was nervous. I screamed in my head, "Oh, welcome. You're Eva. I'm John, Noah's father." John gave me a warm welcome at the porch. "Hi, welcome." Grace popped her face out from behind him. I freaked out when I saw her. She had tons of makeup on. It was as if she was going to a party. Glitter eyeshadow was glistening around her eyes. Her clothes weren't for a party, but she still looked like she was going to some event. I knew it wasn't for this occasion, but to show off her beauty, I discreetly checked myself. My dress was fine. My stockings weren't running. My accessories were modest. My dress was dry clean and had not a wrinkle. My hair was blow-dried. I cleaned my makeup in the car and reapplied a lip gloss. Just when Grace was passing by me, she whispered, "You have lip gloss on your teeth." I hastily covered my mouth, but when I checked while no one was paying attention, there was nothing on my teeth. Grace just wanted to see me flustered. When I put my mirror back, I stared at my phone in the back. My fate was to be decided on that day. John and Grace returned to the living room. "Dad, Mom, we're planning to get married." "Mom, you've already met Eva before." Noah spoke up, and I smiled next to him. "I'm excited to be a part of your family." John smiled back and said, "Indeed, it's exciting news. If you guys have decided, we have nothing to argue about." Noah sometimes acts immature, but he's a good kid. Take good care of him. Congratulations, right, Grace? Grace hastily put on a smile as John suddenly turned to her. "Of course, congratulations." After that, we had a pleasant chat over our drinks. I was relieved. I was afraid that Grace was going to put up a fight, but it looked like everything was going smoothly. "Oh no, it's late," Grace mentioned, looking at the clock on the wall. "I'm sorry, I had no time to prepare dinner today. Should we have pizza?" "Noah, John, can you guys go and get takeaways?" "Why should we go out when we can just call?" He was right. Because the usual pizza place takes time to deliver. It's faster to just go there. Besides, I want you guys to get more beer, wine, and some snacks too. She forced them off the sofa. "Come on, hurry up. Go get pizza." They were pushed out of the house by Grace's insistence. The reason she made them go out was because her parents were coming right after. As soon as they were out the door, her true colors came out. "Oh no, it finally came to this point. You are such a brazen woman, aren't you?" Grace sat back with crossed legs on the sofa. "I've been telling you that you don't deserve Noah. You don't even have the decency to back out on your own. You know what? He can get a more beautiful and younger woman. But before he realizes it, you lock him in, like you refuse to let go of the prey. Now you come here to be congratulated on your engagement?" I asked. "Well, what about me that you dislike?" "Everything. All of you. You're not a beauty, yet you're about to steal my son from me." "I'm disgusted by the idea," I countered. "But he loves me. Of course, I don't think I'm so beautiful myself," Grace scoffed. "But you know, if you guys have a baby, it's my grandchild. I won't accept a grandchild who isn't even pretty." I had gone to all the trouble of getting seats from a good-looking guy so that I could have a beautiful child. But if his wife is ugly, it would dilute the DNA. Grace came so close to me that I could see every pore on her face. "I'm telling you, if you marry Noah, I will never accept you as my family. I will do whatever it takes to destroy your marriage. Then I'll find him a young girl who is as beautiful as me." Well, I assumed it'd be quite hard though. I clenched my back tightly. "So you'll be satisfied if I left right now?" "Exactly. Get out and be gone for good. Understand?" I replied. "I would do as you wish." "That's great. As you know, there's no point in tattling to Noah and John. I have always been a faithful wife and a kind mother to them. Nobody's gonna believe you." Grace stood up and looked down at me as she said, "Don't ever show your hideous face." My eyes hurt. Just then, we heard the door open. We're back. All of a sudden, Grace burst into tears. "What? Wait." I was in a panic. When the two men came into the room, she appealed to them. "Oh God, while you guys were gone, Eva was degrading me. I can't get along with someone like her." "What?" I was flabbergasted. "When have I ever degraded her?" I asked. She said when we're elderly, she won't look after us at all. She'd rather see us leave this world as soon as possible. Can you believe it? And that she would believe us if we ever get dementia. God, I can't stay anymore. I'm scared of her. Grace clung to John. My God, Eva, he scowled. You seem to be nice, but you're such a loathsome person. No, John, I've never said those things. I'm the one who was degraded. When I tried to refute, Grace cried out, liar. If you say I'm the culprit, show us the proof. Right. I don't believe Grace to make up those things. Lion was totally on her side. Noah was about to say something, but I stopped him. If you want proof, there's no proof of me degrading Grace, right? I said calmly. Well, you're right. Without any evidence, it's an endless argument. But I have proof. What? Shocked, Grace stopped acting like a victim and shouted. She never thought in her wildest dream that I would have proof. I've been recording on my phone since I got here. From what she had said to me many times in the past, I thought it may happen again. I'm glad I took precautions. What many times? Noah was taken aback. My proof spoke for herself. I took out my phone from my bag and started to play back. You were such a brazen woman, you old hag. I won't accept you as my family. Be gone and never show your hideous face ever again. Stop it. She tried to jump on me, but Noah grabbed her. Mom, stop. No, this is fake. She is trying to fool us all. Mom, it's enough. His eyes were watering. Having to find out that his mother was such a horrible person was too much for him. I felt sorry for him, but that didn't mean that I was backing off. Ever since I met Grace 10 years ago, I've been subjected to her Bible abuse. She is proud of her good looks, and I was just ordinary. But no matter how beautiful she looks, her heart is awful. I don't want to have a mother-in-law like her. I will marry Noah. And as she wishes, I won't show myself ever again. Hold on, Eva. I apologize about my wife. Let's have a talk again. Can't grab my arms, Noah said. Never mind, it's not just her. I don't want to call her mother anymore. What about you, Dad? You wouldn't want to stay with such a woman, would you? Oh, I will take up Eva's last name as her dad wishes. What? Grace squealed. Her dad is the founder and CEO of the company I work for. She is not only my colleague, but an honorable daughter of my boss. When we went to her house the other day, he asked me to use his surname to keep his family name for the future. I've been contemplating, but I decided just now. I will change my surname and will leave as theirs. Wait, no. What about us? Do you really think I want to stay as your son? Tears were coming out of his eyes. John hugged him tightly. I have nothing to say. I'm sorry that you had to make such a big life decision out of it all. I will speak to your mom, and we'll make sure she won a medal. I interrupted. I'm grateful, but there's something else. Yes. John looked at me perplexed. Apparently, he only heard parts of the recording. Noah heard it and was in great shock. It was terrible to make him listen again, but John needed to know the truth. I hardened my heart and said, I suppose you will be quite busy from now on. Maybe you would want to do a DNA test and other stuff. Then I pressed star on my phone again. No, stop, don't listen. Grace knew which part I was going to play and tried to stop me, but it was too late. I had gone to all the trouble of getting seats from a good-looking guy so that I could have a beautiful child. But if his wife is ugly, it would dilute the DNA. As soon as he heard this, his nostrils flared up. Oh, I don't even want to remember what happened from then on. John grabbed Grace and Noah, and I tried our best to separate them. Grace was wailing. It was such a commotion that the neighbor reported, and the police came to check. A few months later, Noah and I got married. He legally changed his surname and at the same time cut all ties with Grace. However, he was still in touch with John. A DNA test showed that John wasn't his real dad, but it didn't matter to them since they'd been father and son for more than 30 years. If we have a baby in the future, we sure will introduce him to his grandchild. He and Angela are divorced. She had moved back with her parents, but even they couldn't stand her and kicked her out. We don't know what will come of her now. Well, it's her, so wherever she goes, she must be disliked for speaking ill of others. While she was living a good life, she was able to take care of her beauty. I'm afraid that she's going to turn into a real wicked witch from the West, from the hard life she is expected to live from now on.